You ever stop and wonder, what really defines you? Is it your job? Your wins and losses? Today, we're diving deep into one of the biggest questions out there, the search for who we really are and where we belong.
Okay, so this incredible line, it's from the movie Blood Diamond. A father, Solomon, finally finds his son, Dia, who has been captured and brainwashed into being a child soldier. The kid is just completely lost. He's traumatized, and he doesn't even recognize his own dad. But in that moment, his father cuts through all of that noise, speaking right to his son's true identity.
And look, this scene, it's so much more than just movie drama. It's like a modern-day parable, you know? It taps into this deep, universal human need to be truly known, to be loved, and to find our way back home.
This whole idea of a father's relentless, chasing you down love, it's not new at all. It perfectly echoes one of the most famous stories ever told, the parable of the prodigal son. In that story, a son just blows his entire inheritance and completely hits rock bottom. But when he finally decides to drag himself home, his father sees him from way off in the distance and just runs. He runs to embrace him, not with an "I told you so," but with absolute joy.
Both of these stories, the new one and the ancient one, they highlight this trap that, honestly, we all fall into. We let our past, our screw-ups, and our shame tell us who we are. We start believing a totally false story about ourselves.
Let's just break this down for a second, because the parallel is striking. Dia sees himself only as a soldier, defined by the horrible things he's been forced to do. The prodigal son? He sees himself as a worthless servant, defined by his shame and his failures. Both of them have bought into a false identity, one that's based on their actions, not on who they actually are.
And let's be real, this isn't just about them, this is us. We do this all the time. We build these fake identities based on our jobs or how much we succeed, and maybe especially how much we fail. We let our past sins and mistakes define us, and we create this whole narrative that we're unworthy or just, not good enough.
Okay, so if those identities are false, then what's our true identity? Well, this is where the Christian faith offers this just radical answer that completely flips our whole idea of self-worth on its head.
It all starts with this massive, fundamental question. Because to know who we are, we first have to have some idea of who God is. Is he some distant cosmic force? A strict judge keeping score? Or something else?
The answer we get isn't some distant deity. It's a loving father. The Catechism puts it so well, saying, God is defined by his goodness and loving care for all his children. Just think back to Solomon in the movie, or the father in the parable. That's the image. A father who runs towards us, full of love.
So, once you start to grasp that picture of God as a loving father, it leads directly to the next and maybe most important question for us personally. Who am I in relation to him?
And here it is. Your identity isn't based on your job title, your bank account, or your list of mistakes. It's not successful person, failure, or even sinner. Your true, core, unshakable identity is this: beloved son or beloved daughter of God. That's it. It's that simple and that world-changing.
Now, as beautiful as all that sounds, let's be honest. It is not always easy to believe. Our past, our pain, our own pride, they can make it feel almost impossible to just accept that kind of unconditional love.
I mean, just think back to our guys. Dia was so lost in that false identity that he literally pointed a gun at his own father. And the prodigal son, he couldn't even imagine being welcomed back as a son. He had a whole speech planned about begging to be a servant. In both cases, their own doubt and fear almost kept them from coming home.
And this all points to the one thing that can bridge that gap between our false self and our true self. And that word is trust. It's a choice. It's the decision to believe in the Father's love, even when every feeling of unworthiness is screaming at you not to. Trust is the key that unlocks the door.
So this whole journey we're talking about, you can really see it as a call to return home. It's this constant process of turning away from the fake stories we tell ourselves and starting to walk back towards the truth of who we really are.
And here is the absolute best part of this whole thing. It's not just us doing all the work of walking back. The Father is always watching, always waiting for us, full of compassion. His love isn't just sitting there, waiting. It's an active, seeking force. Just like Solomon hunted for Dia, and the father in the parable watched the horizon, that love is always, always reaching out for us.
So let's end with this. The movie, the parable, they're powerful stories. But the real question isn't about them, it's about you. Do you truly, Deep down in your bones, believe that God sees you, not for your successes or failures, but simply as His beloved child waiting for you to come home.